Hey everyone, it's Bass Junkie transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and we're back with a kind of train of thought rambling video because a thing occurred to me, like an idea and a question, and I want to put that out to the vinyl community as well. But first of all, thank you for your support and your likes and your comments on the last video, on the My Road to 1K video. And I will show a record today, which I will not talk about like in detail because this is just an example of for the thing I thought about. So the question is, and that came to me when I worked on my Discogs thing, of course, what makes a rare record? Period. Because when I look on Discogs, the records that are like selling well and for high prices and stuff, and are considered to be rare, usually aren't that rare at all. Well, apart from some like mispressings or like early test pressings of whatever rock band there is or like pop. But when I look at the amount of records that were pressed of a certain thing that is considered like desirable or whatever by collectors of certain kind of styles, usually there are a few thousand around of those, maybe a few hundred even, when it's like low numbers, like 500 or 600, like early Nirvana or whatever, there might be. But the real rarities and the real collectible records lie in some other place, I think, and that are which are by far more rare than those like really desired records, which everyone and their mother is after, basically. And one example of that thought is this one, released by the German label Minor, and it's kind of dusty, so just an example. This is Knuckleball by Yamaoka. It's a picture disc color vinyl blue. Yamaoka is a Japanese artist, and this one actually was pressed in a run of 150 copies only. The label is Minor label from Germany as well, and there are two distinct editions of this one, like distinct editions in terms of like this 150 copies pressing run was broken down even into like smaller things. There's this one where you can buy this as a single 7-inch, and there is a double box set where there is an accompanying like white 7-inch, also 150 copies with ambient electronica IDM by the same artist. And I guess of those boxes there are like 50 box sets, double 7-inch box sets, and of those like single like solo 7-inch things there are 100. So this is basically a record that is super rare. Like 150, both editions combined, is not much. It's a Japanese artist, which is also usually desirable. It is techno, which makes it not so desirable for a lot of people. And yeah, it was never distributed fully, so the Minor label runs a mail order. I got this record because I trade with them occasionally, because they are like a staple in like underground music and underground mail orders. So I send them some of my releases, and they send me back some of theirs or whatever comes in their way and I'm interested in. So there is like a back and forth of records, and basically nobody, and that's the question, knows about this. When I still worked at the record store, I sold about, I don't know, 20 of those, I guess, in the store alone, because I told people about them, the record, and told them, well, if you like early the Advent or whatever, in terms of electronic music, you gotta listen to this, you will love this. And but still 150 copies total, never distributed, a totally independent label, rare, something you can show off to people, but still on Discogs this is a gem that is below 10 euro for most of the time, maybe about between like 8 and 10, because due to the fact that the label is so underground, not many people know about the record, and therefore not many people do want this, even though this will be, even for a collector of other things, when there are collectors of dedicated like picture disc or like color vinyl or 7-inch only, this is a thing they can like brag about or like enjoy as a thing that not many people have and stuff. So and in comparison to that, when I look at whatever Taylor Swift record store day 7-inch release that was a few years prior to 2025, there was like 11,000 copies, and this is like considered to be a rare record. So my question is it really the scarcity only which would make this one, I guess, a highly desirable object, or is it to do with the style of music as well, or the artist being well known, or the fact that a lot of people know about or don't know about the artist? Because in the stuff I have for sale on Discogs, not to make this like a Discogs video for me to sell stuff, but there's a lot of records that are like, and CDs as well, that are like 100 copies, hand numbered only. There's one special CDR thing of, where only 9 copies exist worldwide. There is some other things like 200 copies hand numbered and stuff, and all of those are pretty much unknown to the majority of collectors. They might be, if the artist or the label were had promoted that thing like in a like large scale, they would be well more known, and they can live up to the expectation of whatever big name in their genre there is. So in that kind, in that like context, it would be the Advent for techno, or I don't know, Venetian snares for like breakcore, or Aphex Twin for electronica, or whatever big drum and bass name there is. So that is a thing that came to mind, and I wonder why those labels and releases that are like kind of left field, not because of the music only, but because not many people are in the know about what is on those records, are not in demand these days, or not in the high demand they deserve to be, because I don't know, anyone wants to have like a 100 copy only hand numbered pressing on gold vinyl or whatever, with an interesting concept behind that as well. So that is a question I have for you today. Maybe, probably, if you want to answer that, leave me a comment and tell me what kind of record you are looking for, which is like not only one you want, but one that is like rare in your specific realm of collecting. Because test pressings, even like house music test pressings, there are only 20 of those usually around, or maybe 50 if they're selling like, or giving out a lot of promos. And I got like some garage things, UK garage records that are only test pressings because the official release never happened, and there are 20 of those, and still they are affordable if one knows where to look and what to look for. So yeah, before I start rambling, that's the question for today. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and for most of the time, and most importantly, of course, leave me an answer to that. Bass Junkies out. See you in the next one.